has just seen his man, in effect, at the end, Yanukovych, overthrown by what he sees as a Western instigated revolt. He is determined to maintain Russian influence in Ukraine as a whole. He's now taken Crimea, as I said, hostage. Part of resolving this problem is now going to be getting into a discussion with the Russians about the sorts of arrangements which will be acceptable to them and acceptable to us, and will carry Ukraine forward.
But having said that, the rhetoric seems to have been ramped up. I mean, Mr Obama had an hour-and-a-half phone call with President Putin last night. Mr Hague is going to Kiev today. I mean, can William Hague's intervention there make any difference? Will Moscow take any notice of that?
Well, this is not so much a matter of Moscow immediately. I mean, it seems to me that William Hague's job in Kiev today is to begin to damp down the dangers of things getting worse. There are two real problems. First of all, Ukraine may overreact to the Russian occupation of Crimea, and we could get into a shooting engagements, which would be deeply disastrous, of course, and certainly wouldn't get the Russians out. And secondly, other bits of eastern Ukraine are showing signs of unrest. The Ukrainian government in Kiev needs to reassure those parts of the country about their attention to the rights of the Russian minorities there as a way of damping down the problem so that eventually it ends up confined to Crimea. And then, as I say, we need to talk to the Russians. They're not going to go easily out of Crimea. They will only go if they are persuaded that their future interests in Ukraine are going to be protected.